Please get me on wax, please.
Did you like what they did? No.
I'm not gonna answer no questions off the record.
Man, you on the record, man. What's up, man? Live and direct.
What's happening? It's that mouthy mofo out the Midwest. Ted Grams, a.k.a. Chris King.
Des the Connect is here, man. We got Pops with us. What's up, Dad?
How you doing, fellas?
Your week was all right, man? You been in the gym?
I've been in the gym.
Man, I've been in the gym.
Man, it don't look like it.
Wait till I take this jacket off, man. Let me take this winter coat off. Man.
What you doing in the gym, man? You getting your cardio in?
Man, I'm getting my car. I just left the gym, matter of fact.
That's why you were late?
Instagram.
Is that why you were late?
That's part of the reason why I was late. You know what I'm saying? The rest, I'm not going to lie, it's just the drip. It was just swagger, you know.
Man, this Gamepoint podcast for y'all that don't know. It's a lot going on in the sports world, man. We live in Cleveland, man.
Hold on. Don't nobody say nothing else for a minute. Let me address my hometown, because I know we've been waiting a long time for our franchise to start acting like they even gonna pretend like they want to do something. So I ain't gonna do too much. And I know Cleveland want me to do too much. They say we can't do enough right now, and I am. You know, I'm lit right now. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns for the moves they made today, acquiring Jarvis Landry, big time wide receiver, and I think the reigning catch champ, if I'm not mistaken. But we gonna get into all of that. But it is reason to celebrate, you know. And there's some other moves were made. You know what I'm saying? I think we get kid named Tyrod Taylor.
Kaiser's
Buffalo
gone.
Bills. What you think about that, Pops?
You know, football's not my bailiwick. I'm a basketball guy. I have to rely on you young guys for the football.
Man, he don't even know who Tyrod Taylor is, y'all.
I know who he is. I'm not a big Browns fan.
He was in the playoffs last year, man. So, all due respect, man, we ain't had a Browns quarterback been in the playoffs in how long?
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, and he's definitely got some weaponry to work with, so I am excited to see what he's able to do. But, man, just Jarvis Landry, let me just break this down and let you know why the city and Pops, why you yourself should be absolutely lit right now for the home team. You know, I've been hearing it, and people been saying it, but are those Browns Super Bowl bound? Well, let me tell you why we just might be. We got the reigning catch champ in Jarvis Landry. He had 112 catches last year. You know what I'm saying? Since he's debuted in the league, nobody has more catches than him in 2014 since he debuted, other than, you know, the one and only the kid, Antonio Brown, and Julio Jones. This man is in that class of talent. And like I said, he didn't do 1,000 last year, but he went over 1,000 the 2 previous years, and he only missed 1,000, but I think like 13, 10, some odd yards. You know what I'm saying? Less than 20. So this is a very productive guy. He's a get-open machine. Like, he's like the Wes Welker. He's your security blanket. He's the guy who can break down the zone. He's going to kill you in the man-to-man. Like, he just gets open. 112 balls, 400 catches on the career since 2014. Nobody has more. You know what I'm saying? I think Julio had him beat by 11 at 411. AB, like something crazy, 471. That guy's a machine. But he's in that same class of guys, you know what I'm saying? And been so productive, and this is what really gets me excited. He didn't have any big-time quarterbacks. I think Chad Henne had a year.
No, this all been Ryan Tannehill.
Tannehill, rather. I thought he might have got one of Henne's years, but not even that old.
And he would have played with Cutler
all right.
last year.
Yeah, but big-time player, none of those guys are, you know, franchise guys or big-time players at quarterback, you know, whether you play with him or not. So Ryan Tannehill, yeah, had a year, and Jarvis Landry a big part of that, you know.
It's all about Josh Gordon, though, man. He gotta stay clean, cause.
But I'm saying though, that's what I'm saying. That we got a guy now who Josh, you know, gonna do his thing. He's obviously gonna be a monster, but this is our guy on every down because you're not gonna be able to double team him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a ball catching machine.
So you're telling me this guy's on the level of an Antonio Brown and Julio Jones? Is that what you're saying?
No, he has similar. He's had great production.
No, what I'm gonna tell you is, I do. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not. I really, truly, with what I seen from him, because I was watching him closely at LSU. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big time ODB fan as well. You know, people that know me know that. And no, the kid's dynamite. You know, and I'm not gonna disrespect what AB. You know, because you can't fault who you play with. You know, and he's the top dog. But he in that same class, to be spoken in that same breath, can they make the same kind of plays? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not.
Absolutely.
AB is on a different level than Jarvis Landry.
Why
I'm
they
excited
I
about
mean,
Jarvis.
what?
Why
Don't get
Miami
lost
get
in the
rid of
numbers,
him?
though, Des, because AB, I mean, he has 60 more catches than Julio Jones, but
Chris, why'd Miami get rid of him? They didn't want to pay him?
it's time to get paid, and they know how crazy the numbers are going to have to be. And, but
They already done paid Dominic Sue. They already done paid Tanny.
yeah, they not ready to take that on. They can't do that. You know, they just really not built for that at this time. It'll be too much. You know what I'm saying? Too much of the cap. NFL is one of those games where most of the times, I think more than any other game, you see good players walk away from teams like all the time. You know, whether it be money, most of the time it's about money. But you can't keep them all. We're seeing the last few pieces of a great dynasty defense in Seattle. Do you think that was a dynasty, Des? You know, out there in Seattle? Michael Bennett just got dealt.
Well, how long is a dynasty, man? Every time I think of dynasty, I'm thinking 10.
All I'm saying is, you know, I just feel like they had, and then you naturally, you go up and down because you do. Guys get moved around. Guys get hurt. Like, you don't get to be on top for, you know, too long. But I felt like they had a good, you know, 3 to 5 year span where they were the boys where you did not want to see.
Yeah.
And, you know, they went to 2 back-to-back Super Bowls.
Should have won too.
You know, hey, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't. You can finish that.
But it look like they trying to get rid of. I heard they might get rid of Earl Thomas and Sherman. So it's definitely the end of a dynasty. See what Russell able to do without that top 5 defense in the league.
Well, Pops, don't let you get lost in this show, man. Tell me, what is it that has you so disengaged and disenfranchised
With the Cleveland
franchise?
Browns?
Yeah, tell me something.
I've always felt that they've gotten too much love here, and they haven't done anything in the last, 15, 20 years? What have they done? And I think they got too much love in this town. I've said that a million times.
And it's contagious, too.
Yeah, everybody tells me this is a football town, but why do the Browns deserve so much love for doing nothing?
Well, what you got to understand is the history there, and I hate that I sound just like one of us. I might be a Cleveland Browns fan today, and that's okay today, because my city, we made moves like a winner today.
Exactly.
And so I'm lit. You know, you can't tell me nothing about the Cleveland Browns, man. Not today.
So they'll win a game next year is what you're telling me.
Oh, hey, don't ask me no silly question. I think at this point, with, you know, and people that know me, they know I'm a big time Josh Gordon, the Flash fan, and he's real. He's real. You know, make no mistake about the caliber talent that he is. He's got Hall of Fame talent.
Who's the best receiver on our team?
Josh Gordon.
Okay.
Josh Gordon. His size. He's a man-child, man. You know, but understand that ball skills, you know, big play potential, it's all there. Like, and that's what I'm saying. The fact that Jarvis Landry is going to be able to play second fiddle now, because he's done everything that he's done with a subpar passer throwing to him most of the time. You know, guys had, you know, one guy had one good year. And then not only that, subpar support. He's the best guy. He's seeing double teams. He's seeing the shaded coverages. I mean, like I said, he caught 112 balls. Nobody caught more balls last year, but guys saw him coming. You know, he's not a breakout player after like having his best season. Is no Kenny Britt, people. Like, if you're a casual fan and you're not familiar, like my good guy Pops right here, this is something to ride home about. This is a Pro Bowl caliber talent.
We're gonna need a quarterback to throw it to him, though.
Hey, no, you don't, because he's been productive 112 balls. Who threw it to him last year? Tell me the name.
What kind of character does he have? Does he come to play? Is he a powder? Is he a good locker room
No,
guy?
he's a big time player. He's a showman. You know, he's a one-handed catch savant. Pardon me. You know, he's an acrobat. He's a playmaker. Like all guys, he's a prima donna. You know, not as much as Odell, but you know, think that they were best friends. Came up roommates at LSU. I was a big fan of both of them, and and they both really showed me something there because obviously LSU never has a great guy at quarterback. You know, at least not throwing the ball, and they both were able to just make crazy plays. That's what they're known for. So it's just entertainment, productivity. This guy has it all, and to me, it's tough to when I think about it. I mean, like I said, he's the reigning catch champ.
Yeah.
112 balls. I get open. Like I said, he's seeing the shaded coverages. Guys are queuing in on him.
Great grade today for the Cleveland Browns. Give me a grade.
A+.
That's an A+.
Can I put 2 pluses on it?
You got all first round picks still. You got all your second round
truly,
picks.
Like
still.
I don't want to hype it, Pops, but like you remember back when you get like the bonus right question back in the day on the test, you get like 103%. That's what the Browns did today with getting Jarvis Landry, with the addition of Tyrod Taylor. If nothing else, he is a vet, and I think he understands.
And to get a quarterback, somebody on defense that can start.
Yeah. Hey, right. Shout out to my city, man. Shout out to the dog pound. Hey.
You guys weren't fans of Kaiser at all?
I was.
Yeah, but he's such a young kid, and he was working with, so little support on that offensive end. And shout out to another guy that I'm hoping is really going to come in for one, stay healthy, but come full bloom now, because I think he gets to play his true position, you know what I'm saying, for his size, and what I think could be to really dominate at. Corey Coleman, I'm hoping that he has a crazy year in the slot.
He got to stay healthy. Key for Corey Coleman, man. Got to stay healthy. I don't know what's going on with his hands. That he broke his hand 2 years straight. I think it was on both hands. That's kind of,
a little guy, man. A little guy, with a lot on his plate, being looked to try to make a lot of plays, and I don't think he's that caliber guy. I know some Cleveland guys think he is, but he's not a top tier receiver. He doesn't even have that kind of potential.
I think Njoku benefits more than Coleman, though, man. I'm expecting a big year out of him.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about our receiver core right now. I think we got potential to be one of those top 2 guys.
You want Terrell Pryor back?
Of course. Like, if we get an opportunity to get Terrell at a sweet price, because he's coming off an injury and, he didn't necessarily explode like he was hurt. But, I mean, if we work him out and he looks good, he's a possession guy.
What do you do with the number 1 pick?
To me, you got to get the biggest talent, that's available in the college game. And
so you don't have to go quarterback is what you're saying.
No. And to me, good teams know that, especially when you're a team that won how many games in the last 2 years?
Exactly 1 game.
So
right.
Look, everybody, there is no position that's good. Yeah. Like, if we need help at all positions, so to me, I think it's Saquon Barkley. We went defense last year, and we took the best guy. And you know what? He had a pretty good rookie year. Not anything crazy, but we saw even Jadeveon Clowney come along later, struggle with some injuries. But you see the potential, the size, and the athleticism. It does not lie in this game. Very rarely do you see those guys not turn into the beast that they play like and got the potential to play like. So I think it's just a matter of time. But Saquon Barkley, to me, he's the must with the number 1 pick. He's the best playmaker in this draft. I think he's got the biggest play potential. And not only that, but he's got the potential to come in and really do something for the Cleveland Browns, especially with what we got offensively. There isn't going to be any more loading the box. Guys won't be predicting pass on first and second downs. Especially when the good yardage situation, they won't be able to just assume that.
So if you get Saquon Barkley with the first, what you trying to get with the 4th?
If we
still going best playmaker, best available.
to me, I think we do have to think about quarterback. We have to think about quarterback. But like I said, all positions. I would love to see us go defense with that 4th pick. Do a little offense and a little defense.
If Chubbs is there at the 4th pick, grab Chubbs.
No. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. He's gonna play well enough to where he's not gonna be a bust, but Chubbs won't do more than 5,500 in the league. That's total rushing. Like he gonna
Chubbs
be
is a defensive end.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the running back.
No.
Out of UGA.
No, Chubbs, defensive end. Supposed to be, he's the best pass rusher in the draft right now.
I think I've been hearing his name. What's wrong with him though? Where is his deficiency lie? Why he ain't the number 1 guy?
Because the Browns got the number 1 pick.
How good is
and
the
they want
kid
him to
from
go
Alabama?
quarterback.
The cornerback.
The cornerback from Alabama.
Minka, whatever his name is. What's the guy from Alabama?
I want to say Minka Fitzpatrick, but that might be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think.
How good is he?
But that's right. I mean, corner is one of those positions. Like I say, I like any defensive guy coming out of the SEC, especially if you play for the national champion. So he's pretty good. Like you saw him on the biggest stage. You saw those boys give up some things in the first half, but you saw him tighten it up. He's big time, and he did it on the biggest stage. He played, obviously, for the best coach. To me, those boys coming out of Alabama, they're the most prepared for the league, second to only those guys coming out of Old State, baby. Shout out to hometown. Shout out to house, Old State. Ohio, you already know.
All right, enough football, man. We're going to get some basketball.
It was just to get a quick, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure I get the name.
Hey, dog pile go crazy. Because them Browns, they Super Bowl bound, baby.
I know. With an A+ today. I know.
Minka Fitzpatrick, that was the name, and Bradley Chubbs. Right now they got him going to the Giants in the CBS.
And let me shout out one more tidbit for my real Super Bowl head. My real football heads, pardon me. My real football heads, I know y'all wondering, Ted, what's up, man? Who you really thinking is the sleeper in this draft? I'm telling you, any team, especially if let's just say we weren't to get Saquon Barkley, man, if this guy falls out of the first round, he's an absolute steal at running back. It's Michelle. I'm blanking on his name, his whole name, but it's Michelle from UGA. He was the 2nd string running back. Crazy hands. He's like a wide receiver out of the backfield. To me, he's an ideal guy for this league, where the league is going. You see the productivity of all the running backs, all big-time guys, even the big-time bruising runners. They all have to learn how to do something coming out of that backfield, and they have to be productive. And like I just think of the little cat from New Orleans, running back Alvin Kamara, something like that. Nunu Kamara, Alvin Kamara, something like that. But he's got the potential to be just like that. Crazy speed, crazy hands, crazy ball skills, and you saw him go crazy in the SEC championship, in the championship game. You saw him go crazy. So yeah, he's the real deal, and he's my sleeper. You know what I'm saying? That's a guy that I think I haven't been hearing his name. I know on the running back side, but as far as like in the draft, just being a high pick, a lottery guy, but I definitely think he has that potential, especially if he goes somewhere with a system that can utilize him. I like him with the Packers. I know somebody was going to ask me.
All right. Let's move on to basketball, man. Currently on TV, we got the two number 1 seeds right now, man. Do you see this as a finals matchup?
No.
hey, y'all. He talking about the Houston Rockets and the Toronto Raptors. Come on, man.
So which team? Neither team has a chance to get there.
I think both do.
No.
Yeah, they both do.
The Raptors have no chance.
No chance? Okay.
No chance, buddy.
This is a different Raptors team this year.
No, it's not. No, it's not. As long as we got LeBron, there is no difference. Raptors.
You don't have Kyrie, Chris. You don't have Kyrie.
I didn't say if we had Kyrie. I said as long as we have LeBron.
He's coming out.
LeBron is the one that they scared of. LeBron is the one who flexes the muscle throughout the playoffs on all of these guys in the East. He's yes, Kyrie contributes because he was Kyrie, but he did his dirty work in the finals because that's where we really needed his matchup. Like that's where that was key. But LeBron has the juice every other night. He has the best matchup. That's why he was the top dog.
Wasn't this team 2-2 with us 2 years ago?
Did you 2 years ago? Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
They took us 6 games 2 years ago. This is a much better team.
You got to win at least 4 games to win a series, and they've got exactly 0 rings. So,
hey, Chris, wasn't they 2-2 with us? And that was the team that won the championship, right? That was our team that won the championship. They were 2-2 with us.
Yes, they won 2 games against us. Not a game 7.
No, I say they were 2-2. Wasn't it 2-2?
Yeah, it was 2-2.
And then we had to win the final 2. We beat them 4 games to 2, but still, I think it was 2-2.
And that's when I said not even a game 7, Pop. I seem like you reaching to get these guys some credit. You really like him. Who your favorite player on here? DeRozan?
I think DeRozan has stepped up his game a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see come playoff time. We're going to see come playoff time.
Losing Kyrie does change it, though. Kyle Lowry is better than George Hill, and I think at that position we always had okay.
I don't feel
who
like
you gonna pick?
I don't feel like playoff Kyle Lowry is better than George Hill. I think George Hill can come to play and he can get the better of him in situations. I don't feel like Kyle Lowry is any trump card on anybody, especially in the playoffs. He hasn't shown me that.
He's a better player than George Hill.
I mean, he may be, but
in the playoffs.
No, Kyle Lowry is nobody to be afraid of.
He's not, but when you look at your starting 5, you go by player. We always had Kyrie.
Not when you got
Love
LeBron.
And
LeBron got everybody
Basketball
card.
is a team sport.
LeBron has these guys card, man. When
Man,
I've seen it.
You got to have players better at each position.
I understand that, but basketball is the game where a single man can have the greatest bearing out of all the major sports.
In the 7-game series, though. In the 7-game series, the better team always wins.
Okay, well, my point will rest in when the playoffs roll around. And please get the dollars right because I will be looking for you. Put your money where your big mouth is.
Chris, you are underestimating the loss of Kyrie Irving.
No, I think y'all underestimating the value and the muscle and the juice of the greatest player in the game today, LeBron James. This man has other superstars, his main competition, so afraid of him that they have literally all huddled up together on one team around a fire, cuddled together for survival from the big bad wolf. And he still got us talking about maybe, somehow, if these guys could play enough defense and just play hard enough and just hit enough threes for him that he could give him a shot. He's that good. Man, don't make no mistake about what the league is right now. It's a joke. The Warriors, I understand in the front office, positioning, that they're winning. Like, they get to laugh and talk to other front office guys. But nobody on the court gets to say anything. Like, you guys are the saddest of competitors.
Chris.
They're the saddest.
Chris, you taking some inexperience into that playoffs, too. You got to remember that, too.
Yeah, I understand that.
Clarkson, has he played in the playoffs? Has Nance played in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Hood's played what? 1 series? Maybe? And, what's the name? Got a wealth of experience, but I think it's going to be a lot. You don't expect them to breeze through the Eastern Conference this year,
No, I don't expect us to breeze.
Okay.
We won't be going, we won't be marching through, but
we're not going 12-2, are we? We're not going 12-2, are we?
No.
Before the finals?
No. But I fully expect us to win. Okay. We're going to win.
I think Tom got to tell. I got to see our Love come back and play with us, man. There's a lot of factors out there.
No, it's not. It's really not.
So the team that I've been
seeing
lately is not a
LeBron
finals.
do it to y'all every year. But I just know, I know this guy. I've been watching him since he was in high school,
He's 33, Chris.
It's a little school.
Chris, he's 33.
You know what I'm saying? It's about 30 minutes up the road.
Chris, he's 33.
Akron is the name of this little town.
Chris, he's 33 now.
And, he hails from there.
Chris, he's 33.
And he did his thing.
You haven't responded to that. He's 33 now.
Hey, that's an interesting point, man. Is this the best LeBron?
Does he look like 33 to you?
Is this the best LeBron? Hey,
Does he
let's
remind
break it
you
out
of
into three.
yourself at 33, Pop? Does he?
Is this the best LeBron? This LeBron playing now?
This is the best LeBron.
I don't want you looking in late
This is the
May
best
or
LeBron.
mid-May, and he's worn down.
You're going to need to see the playoffs. I'm going to need to see the playoffs to lock it in. But this is the best LeBron. His jumper is the most polished. Like, LeBron he was always able to, like, get hot. He's a superstar. And it's a certain way that any superstar can get hot. You see the jumper. He could get hot with the jumper now.
Chris.
And he doesn't even need to get, like, he used to get a couple dunks and stuff like that. Absolutely, I'm counting on his jumper.
Oh,
absolutely. Why not? It's good money. Why not? It's good money. It's money in the bank.
Since
it's
when?
money in the bank like a 9 to 5.
Since when?
Yeah, well, what games y'all be watching? Because when he iced him, when he was just
you talking about one game? You talking about the Denver game the other night?
We just iced him with the J. Did you see the touch? He was.
Do you see him doing that game after game?
Man,
come on.
Yeah, of course I do. He been doing it all season.
Not with no jump shot.
He been he has. Man, yeah. Did you see him fade away like MJ?
Yeah, he was out the other night.
Man, that boy fading like a taper, man.
I know.
Come on now, man. You can't stop that. Can you say in that moment that all that guy was thinking is, man, how do you stop this? You can't stop this.
Chris, this is gonna be a tough playoff for him, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna be a tough
it's gonna
playoff.
be a tough playoffs. It's gonna be a tough playoffs.
I don't see who's gonna
but
be the
LeBron James
scorer.
is built for tough playoffs.
Can't nobody beat him 4 games,
man,
4 out of 7. Huh?
How many finals straight he done made? Tough playoffs. What he say to them boys? They said, LeBron, your seeding. How much do it matter? He said, if I come to your building, he said, if I come to your building for a game 1, it's gonna be challenging.
Chris, what if they get down? What if they get down 0-1?
We've been down before. We've been down before.
LeBron
We've been down before. Listen,
this ain't the same team.
Man, K-Love here. K-Love here.
Oh, come on.
Come on, man.
Come on,
what you mean, come on, Chris?
What has he ever done in the playoffs, Chris? What has he ever done in the playoffs?
Eating up.
Oh, give me.
Eating up against the Raptors.
Give me a break, man.
Who they got to stop him?
Ibaka.
No, he can't stop him. Ibaka is not the Ibaka that played back for the Thunder. No.
Ibaka looking good this year.
Chris, you're doing a little hometown stuff now. Doing a little hometown stuff.
I'm definitely about the hometown, but tell me what didn't happen in the last, how long LeBron been in the league? 15 years that make you think now somebody ready to stop him? Because he's 33. That's what you hung up on?
There you go. Kyrie got traded.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let me ask you this. Hey, it's so funny because we've been talking about basketball for a while now, but y'all talking about Toronto is going to be why not Kyrie? If Kyrie is having such a bearing and he's the main guy, why ain't Boston going to be in the finals this year?
I don't think their team is better than the Cavs.
But the Raptors are, though.
Yes.
But Kyrie is so good that when he leads the Cavs, and we was beating the Raptors, but Kyrie is so good that when he leads the Cavs, we'll be insufficient to the Raptors. But somehow, when Kyrie goes to Boston with the hottest young guns in the game today, he's not going to be good enough to beat the Raptors.
I know the way you just made that sound, but exactly what you mean.
Because that don't make no damn sense.
So Kyrie and LeBron together, the Raptors cannot beat them two together. Them two separate, with neither one of them with that type of caliber player. If Hayward was healthy, I would pick Boston over Toronto. I'd probably pick Boston over the Cavs. But with right now, with the team that Boston has right now, the Cavs are better. But I think right now Toronto has the best team. From their starting 5 is the best starting 5 in the East. Hands down. Between Valanciunas, Ibaka, Lowry, DeRozan.
I think they some boys who ain't never made it out the second
haven't.
round. And, so they hungry.
They ran against the Cavs 2 years in a row, though. The best Cavs team.
And Chris, they've almost been
Did
unbeatable.
they ever make it to a game 7?
Chris, they're going to have home court
Wait a
advantage.
minute.
Chris,
somebody
they've
answer
almost
my
been
question.
unbeatable at
Y'all
home.
been asking me a lot of questions.
Look what they're doing in
Y'all
Houston
been asking
tonight.
me a lot of questions.
Look what they're doing
Did
in
they ever
Houston
make a
tonight.
game 7?
Look what they're doing in
Had they
Houston
ever
tonight.
even played a game 7 against
Look what
LeBron
Chris,
James?
they've been almost unbeatable at
So
home.
that means
Chris, I'm with you though.
Man,
Hard to bet against Bron coming
and then
out
y'all
the
talking
East.
about 2 years ago. What was that? The year after that? Didn't we sweep these guys?
No,
We didn't break the broom out on these guys?
I think we went 4-1.
Look that up.
And what it
Because at one point, I know we went undefeated for a long, and us and Golden State was both undefeated.
Chris,
and I thought come on now, knock it off now.
Chris,
I said I know both.
Chris, they've almost
football
been
and basketball.
They've almost been unbeatable
Both.
at home this year.
Didn't we break the brooms out on these crumb boys?
Chris, they've almost
Come
been
on,
unbeatable.
Kyrie, man. Well, don't you understand?
on,
This is
man.
a different team.
Man, I'm just saying, what have y'all seen that make y'all want to sell out? Because they've been up in the number 1 seed before. They didn't have the high seed
Chris,
late in the season
we
before.
both told you,
Did they finish with that high seed or did they blow it?
We don't have Kyrie Irving this year, Chris.
Come on, man.
That's not going to matter at all.
Yeah, it's gonna matter, but I'm just telling you what's gonna matter
Oh,
more,
my God,
Pop.
Chris.
LeBron is gonna matter more. He's a greater player than Kyrie. If you did not know, we still got the commander in chief. We still got the top dog. He is the best in the NBA. And when he saw Kyrie last time, if I'm not mistaken, he made it known. Did he not? What are y'all talking about? This is a man who turns it off and on when he wants, how he wants. He's not playing serious.
So
He's just relaxing.
We'll be playing in June.
You haven't seen more than 65% of his full potential. Stop playing with LeBron James. He do this to you every year. He's just relaxing. He's just coasting. This is not a big deal.
Chris, we're playing in June. Is that what you're telling me? No question?
Yes,
so who's coming out the West?
Question.
And who's coming out the West, man? We done with
That's the only conversation.
Who's coming out the West? Who's coming out the West, man?
Cut this out.
Is it
this
Steph
is
Curry's
Gamepoint,
hurt, man.
Put some respect on LeBron James on Gamepoint.
I definitely
Put
got
some respect
for LeBron
on his
James,
name,
but
man. We right here in Cleveland,
man.
Put some respect on the King name. King.
Have you been watching the Cavs lately?
Man, I've been watching the Cavs and we don't look good.
Okay.
Can we get that established right now? We don't look good.
Okay.
But
do we look like a finals team?
No, we don't.
But you're saying they're going to be in the finals.
Our second best player is out. He's not even. This is our
it's
second
a lot
best
of factors.
guy.
It's a lot of factors.
Yeah, so can everybody just calm down? Because if somebody be missing one little piece, oh, they missing so-and-so. But we missing our second best player. And ain't nobody acknowledged that about what we are doing.
Well, Golden State missing their second best player right now. Is they coming out the West?
Yeah.
With or without Steph?
Yes. Oh, no. I'm sorry. No. I misunderstood.
You're not giving Houston a shot to beat them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Matter of fact, if they don't have Steph, they're going to lose. Mm-hmm. Just because they used to having him. Like, and he's a big shot maker. And we know how... Y'all, you know how Kevin to do, So
I think he's coming back. I think he's just missing this road trip, but I think it's interesting that he's
I don't think he's gonna be out, man.
Yeah,
like
he might not be 100%.
Honestly, for real, I think this is theatrics by the NBA,
hey,
just
Kevin,
to make the games better.
And
they've been trying to improve the quality of the games overall because they told them teams stop tanking that hard too. Did you hear about that? That was a story. They telling teams stop tanking this hard.
Did Kevin choke last year in the finals when he tore your boy's mouth out?
No, he didn't choke last year.
Okay.
But he definitely choked the year before that when he was up 3-1 on the guys he ended up going to.
Yeah, but last
Come
year,
on now, buddy. Are you really riding Kevin's coattail?
Hey,
Is that the guy you running with?
He outplayed Bron last year in them finals.
Man, come on, man.
Hold on, man. I gotta say something.
What are you talking about?
Since we talking about that team that choked, man, I'm worried about Russell. I'm not seeing the growth that I thought I would see, with him playing with the team he's playing with. I think a couple weeks ago I said that they were the second best team in the West. I was wrong. Houston Rockets and Golden State are definitely the two best teams, man. And I don't see the cohesiveness and the understanding of the basketball tempo that I would want to see at the rest of this point in his career, man. And I don't know if they can beat either one of those teams.
And I feel the same way. I think what I understood about Russell is like
hard to play with.
That, but I think but he's hard to play with because it is he only know one speed. Like it's just full throttle. and like he's very good, and he's got a lot of talent. And you know, not to take anything from how capable he is, but I think a lot of times when he wins against guys, it's more because he's playing harder than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So like, but in that, if you know, you got to be a basketball guy to really understand what I just took from him in saying that, because he's a point guard, and you know he's a maestro, and supposed to, you know, the very essence of the game is the point guard in today's game. You know, it is the ball handler, it is the facilitator, it is the guy that, you know, everybody's gonna be watching when you get it popping. So,
did you expect more from them this year than what they've shown
They
so
the
far?
7th seed right now. Yes, I thought he is top 3 seed easily, top 4 seed easily. I thought,
especially if you would have told me Kawhi would be out all year.
exactly. Like
Shout out to Pop, because he's just showing he might be like, I used to say I feel like Belichick was better, but because Pop has such good guys. Obviously Belichick has Brady, but Pop just seemed like he had a lot of good guys, you know. But nonetheless, Pop he's the great. I think he's the greatest coach of any sport. He's proven it.
Yeah.
With what teams are clamoring to do, with what those guys out in Golden State felt like they needed to do, what Kevin Durant felt like he needed to win a championship, and what Pop makes work and execute at a championship level, at least all regular season, you know, because you guys are a big fan of that. Man, tops. Absolutely tops.
I think Paul George, is he gone at the end of the year?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think everybody's itching to get out to California. That's what it seems like. Everybody's got the California bug. Like, everybody.
But I think just to get back on Russ, and we can really move on from this topic after this, it's similar to like when AI went to the finals. Man, you almost got to put a team around him that fits his style of basketball and people who can defer to him, you know, because he wants to take a lot of shots, man. And I feel like similar to when AI went to the finals, man, it wasn't everybody that was around him was defensive guys, man. Eric Snow was almost like the perfect guard to be in the backcourt with him. You got to find you got to put a specific team around Russell for him to succeed, man. And I think putting these all-stars or other all-stars on the team isn't what he needs, man. They try to fit in with the rest of the NBA, but I don't see that being
well
the best
in
for
today's
Russell.
but
You
when
gotta
Allen
score points,
Iverson
though.
played, it was
You gotta score points nowadays.
the talent in the league was much more sparse, but it makes you feel like there is no way one superstar could beat 4 superstars or 3
Unless his
superstars.
name is LeBron James, according to you.
Exactly.
But Russ, man, I'm gonna get you to the playoffs, man. Get it right,
Exactly.
man. Get it right, Russ. Get it right, man.
And understand, like I said, don't think that I don't recognize that it's a long shot even for LeBron James, but I'm saying he's the only one that he even makes you think that maybe possibly he could.
But LeBron James ain't the problem. It's the rest of the Cavs that's the problem.
Oh, I understand that
okay,
too.
man.
Like,
Because I don't want no disrespect to LeBron,
I just
man. You're
acknowledge
ready.
that I acknowledge that he the best in the world, so I know
Yeah.
it's not him.
It's
He's
the
best
team,
in the
man.
world,
I don't see you
He
just
doesn't
taking
always play
any
like the
team.
best in the world, though, right, Chris?
No,
Especially in the
of course not.
finals.
I just said that.
Especially in the finals.
He hasn't played like the best in the world all
Especially
year.
in the finals.
Yes, it gets that much better, ladies and gentlemen.
Especially in the finals, Chris. You know, got outplayed last year in the finals. Got outplayed.
Man, last year I think he
2011
really seen,
in the
last
finals.
year, he
Got
took-
outplayed by Kawhi in the finals. Got outplayed by Iguodala in the finals. You know.
Are those guys better than him?
No, they're not better than him. But sometimes they get the best of him.
Do they got more
Andre
rings than
Iguodala
him?
didn't get the best of him.
Do they got more
Oh, he
rings
was-
than him?
He was the MVP of that series, though.
Do they have more rings than him? Are
Iguodala
they
almost.
better than him?
He's close.
Do they got more rings than him?
He ain't got but 3, Chris.
I know.
Iguodala
But they don't got
2.
more.
Iguodala got 2.
Last time I checked, 3 still more than 2, ain't it? All right, now.
Hey, Chris, who gets outplayed by their whose opposite number is the MVP in a series ever?
Hey,
That is a knock
he
against
the
Brian.
best in the world.
That's my knock against
He
Brian.
the best in the world, man, but he not Mike.
There we
you
go.
know, he not Mike.
What'd you do, Chris? Turn off my mic. What happened to my mic? Chris got mad because I
can hear
hit
you.
Brian
I
and he
can
turned
hear
off my mic.
You can't hear you?
Look, he just plugged his own mic back in. I heard you the whole time. I heard you the whole time. As he plugs his own mic back in.
If I question Chris unplugs the mic.
I mean, no, like I said, I acknowledge, Mike is the greatest in my eyes. But I told you how I feel. If we gonna have that GOAT conversation, it's an era thing. It's an era thing. Especially if these guys didn't get to clash and play against each other. It's a matter of eras.
Who's next? Who's the next era? Okay, when LeBron era's in, who's top dog?
It's hard to say because these guys are so clumped together, man. But nobody on Golden State is probably Antetokounmpo or Anthony Davis. Oh my gosh, that guy is something special. But then he turned right around and get hurt. Like
he day to day. It ain't like.
I know, but that
you
just
talking about
reminds you
injury,
just
yeah.
like this is what's wrong with this guy. This is why he's not the best in the league. Because playing like the way he been playing, a season of that, that give us something to talk about. Not running to go play with the other 2 or 3 other best guys in the league. That won't get you in the conversation.
What about Kawhi? When Kawhi come back, could he be top dog in the league?
I think the way that the Spurs play, and other like with guys like James Harden, averaging 30 and a double, like it's gonna be hard. The Spurs just don't really play in the type of way that's gonna let him accumulate enough. It's more of a team game. They're not gonna lean on him that hard all the time. Certain a lot of guys who just always had a ball in their hands and are, it's that type of game for him. And Kawhi's not that type of player, but I do think that he's somebody you better recognize. He's an MVP caliber guy when he's healthy. He's an MVP caliber guy, and I'd rather have him than Kevin Durant.
Hey, what about the press giving them I thought the press did that organization a great disservice too, if I might say, by speculating how unhappy what's up with the mic? How unhappy Kawhi was.
I can't hear you.
I can hear him just fine.
Kawhi was in that organization, and now he comes out the other day and says he's good.
Well, first of all, what you got to know is anytime somebody else is speaking for another person,
I'm talking into
it's always going to be a
hear
miscommunication. Anytime somebody else is
you can
talking.
Hear me? All right. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, the media going to get things twisted, man. And he's a quiet guy. So I think that's more him saying right now things are good. I'm not holding any issue with my team in the franchise right now at this moment. I don't think that's him saying there weren't any issues. I don't know if him thinking that saying that there aren't still some things to be resolved. I don't think he's even saying that. I think he's just saying right now, like, we're good. Like, I'm not ready to up and leave or anything like that. I'm right now we're working it out. We're not on the best terms, but like you and your old lady, you get in the doghouse. So they in the doghouse.
So you think there were some issues?
Yeah. Obviously, when a guy wants to play, or and feels like he's healthy, and the team they feel otherwise.
Well, it was the reverse. They thought he was healthy.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they thought he was healthy. And, I guess all his tests checked out, and, he was saying he was still feeling something. And the speculation was that the organization and he weren't on the same page. And then, he came out the other day and said that, he'd like to be a Spur for life. He's always been a quiet guy, but that was just an interesting situation.
You got to listen to the players, though, man. I remember a few years back when the people were saying that Kyrie was faking and stuff and should have been playing with us in the finals, and then he came back and got hurt, that first game, and we didn't even have him for the rest of the finals. So, I mean, as an athlete, man, I'm never going to let nobody else tell me that I'm good enough to play or I'm not good enough to play, At that level, man, it's too much money on the table, man.
I agree, yeah. I agree 100%.
I'm not right now. I know I'm not right for whatever reason.
And who knows better than you?
Yeah.
And it's not like he not coming off a devastating injury. It was a season playoff run ending injury, big game ending injury for him. So it's not like, and he's had a couple of issues. Just like, I think he, quiet as it's kept, the Spurs were so good, but in the Tim Duncan era, they had so much support and Tony Parker, and all the names. they were so good. But with the hand, you could say he, been a little injury prone these last, 3-4 years. He's been a little injury prone.
Toronto ain't looking so dominant now, huh? Just like you said, they done lost that lead.
It comes
man.
and it goes for these guys, and maybe that's why I'm so hard on Toronto. I'm the type of guy I like to know what I'm dealing with, man. I'll take a lesser person that I know I can count on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Give me a 6 every day. I don't want the person that's gonna fluctuate between 2 and 8. Or let me know what I'm getting. I need.
Whose fault is it? DeRozan, Lowry's? Is it coaching?
I think they've had some ups and downs. It's been with the players.
And I think Lowry and DeRozan haven't killed in the playoffs. I mean,
DeRozan has those 2 games that you mentioned. Those are 2 40-point games back to back, and I think Lowry joined.
They quit last year. I ain't gonna lie though, man. I remember the first time we faced them.
It was crushed.
The first time we faced them, they actually came to play.
No, not last year. That was the year that you were talking about, where they were 2-2 with us. Mm-hmm. We won 2 at home. Then they went back to their house and won 2. Lowry had 2 back-to-back 40-point games on Iman Shumpert, and that's when I said, "Oh, he's no longer a lockdown guy. I think he's more of a playmaker on defense. He'll gamble and get steals
for
and
the
stuff.
Kings. Is he playing yet? He hurt.
Every time I look up,
no, he too busy filming TV shows and stuff.
They keep saying knee or whatever that his knee is still,
That's it.
All them old cats from the old championship team. Shout out to them boys, man. We did something historical and we did something epic.
What up, Delly?
And y'all legends in the whole city, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll never forget y'all. But y'all boys got full on us. Y'all boys got full on us. Y'all didn't understand. Like, y'all never expected to do that. Y'all suckers was acting like it could never happen. And then it happened, and y'all got full.
I agree. No
y'all
argument
got
here.
full on us.
We got a couple guys still full on the team.
Yeah. JR, I'm talking to you.
Tristan.
I don't care that Tristan, I'm definitely talking to you.
We 14-3 without Tristan.
Like I said, we wanted to get rid of him so bad.
We are 14-3 when Tristan is not on the lineup.
Like I would tell them, I know the energy got to be terrible. Hey man, just buy me out, man. I'll cut y'all a deal. Give me somewhere else though, man. What I want to stay here for, man.
They after he got paid, man. It's just I don't understand that, man.
Hey, but shout out to
Sam
LeBron.
Mitchell's told KG,
and that's
man?
the power. If you had any idea about how good LeBron is, he wields the type of power that forces a franchise to pay exactly who he say, what he say. And I think Rich Paul agency put that together. Yeah, didn't them boys shuffle the paperwork on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No question.
I said, what did Sam Mitchell tell KG back in the day?
Oh, yeah. He said, you're the highest paid player on the team. It's your responsibility to handle these things. Yeah. And they said KG, that was a funny story. He said KG was telling everybody in the, on the team, you need to do this, you need to do that after a loss. Mm-hmm. Sam Mitchell pulled him aside and said, you the highest paid player on the team. You need to do this. You need to do that. And he said after that, KG never pointed the finger at anybody. He took responsibility on himself.
And that's how it should go, man. Yeah. After you get paid, man, that ain't the time to chill back, man. Let's eat more, man. Yeah. No, that's when he was a player.
That's when Sam was a teammate.
Player. Yeah, Sam was a player at that time.
Yeah, they said KG was saying, hey, you guys, he went in the locker room after a loss and said, you guys need to do this, you guys need to do this. And he said, Sam pulled him aside and said,
This is Sam Cassell?
No,
Sam Mitchell.
Sam Mitchell.
He was a coach after.
Yeah, said, no, KG, you making all the money. You need to do it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's real.
Yeah. He said after that, KG never blamed none of his teammates anymore. He took control. I mean, he took leadership and took responsibility.
And that type of veteran presence, man, turns KG into a great veteran for young players, man. You see him go to Minnesota and Boston.
And everybody can't take that, man.
Yeah.
We had a guy used to play here. And I think, he might have had some stern things, and it might not have been right all the time, but I know for a fact Brian always had his best interest in mind, but he couldn't take those hard things being said to him. You know what I'm saying? And
who are you talking about, Mr. Irving?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A little soft-hearted, boy. You shouldn't act like that. That's like your brother take you out in the yard and now you hate him.
I do think it's gonna come back on both of them though, man. They both gonna know that they ruined something great, man. I think Kyrie.
Oh yeah, because I'm calling it. Kyrie's never winning a championship.
I ain't gonna
He's
say
never
that, man.
he's never winning a championship.
I'm not gonna say that.
Oh yeah, he's never winning a championship.
I mean, just because of the way the NBA is, he could be on Golden State in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't never know what the landscape
man, yeah, you right.
is.
If that's what people gonna do, I guess you right. But I would hope that you was a part of something here that I hope would resonate with you. Like, I don't rock with y'all.
I mean, not Golden State in particular, but he could. If Anthony Davis go to Boston or something crazy, they can easily put together a team. You already got Gordon Hayward, and Boston gonna spend the money.
Anthony Davis, I really feel like if him and Cousins would have stayed healthy, like the way he playing, like I would feel like they had more of a chance than the Rockets because of the way that they built. Like that's the type of player that I still think kills the Golden State. Like I just look at it like because he gonna destroy Draymond. You just need somebody to destroy Draymond, and that hurts them a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Draymond came, man, when you throwing it down and killing they best boy, they toughest guy, they best defender, but it's just a thing. It's only a couple guys that can kill Draymond. Like KD couldn't even do it enough for real. Like that's why he went.
And to me, it seems to me, man, I don't know, man. The strategy
Talking to Mike.
to beat them, you're gonna have to concentrate on those the three and let Draymond beat you. I think that's your only chance to beat them.
But Draymond just gets better and better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To me, he knows his team well enough, and he's their leader. He's their catalyst. He's the guy that sparks them off. You don't want him to get his game off. You don't want him at the beginning of the game to be able to focus and breathe and shoot wide open threes because he gonna hit it like we was able to come back one of them times, but he almost did us in. Like he kept hitting those shots.
Yeah,
like
that
he's
was game
a competitor.
7, I think when the game 7 that we won, he had 30, like 32.
Yep.
I think it was all in the first half though. He
Yeah,
definitely
it
cooled
was
off.
all in the first half. But I'm saying if those other guys would have been able to play like something in the second half.
Yeah.
But the D, people forget that we really
don't you agree that that's
D.
the strategy, Joe? You got to try to lock those other three guys down.
Yeah,
and,
but I'm also
let him shoot.
I agree that that's
how do you lock those three guys down? You have 3 players that can lock those 3 guys down.
Well,
it's tough.
Yeah.
There is no locking those 3 guys down.
You could take
We
one
all
of
know
them
that.
out, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's 2 of them that you can't stop.
Clay can be stopped, man.
I know
I
Curry
said
and Durant.
2, but Curry and Durant, they can't be stopped. No one man can check them. Once I seen Curry sauce Brian down like that time. Remember when he hit him with the head?
I think Curry can be stopped.
I do too.
I think Curry. I thought Delly did a great job on him.
The problem is Kevin Durant.
No, Curry was. Oh yeah. Because
do
if I recall correctly, Steph the one who beat Kevin. Like
hey,
Curry went to the Warriors.
If
Kevin went to the Warriors, man, not the other way around.
Hey, if Durant's not there last year,
I know my light-skinned brother would have said that. He would have looked at you like,
hey, if Durant's not there last year, we beat him, right? No question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
that's
I've
not
seen
kudos
Curry's
to
had
Durant
bad
though.
games, though.
That's kudos to LeBron.
Curry had bad games during the playoffs. I felt like in these what is it, 3 years in a row we faced him.
Sure he did. He a shooter. Sure he did. But all I know is if you give him a chance to take a big shot late in the game, he can hit.
Well, he had his chance that year that he lost when
Sure.
he missed against K Love.
Hey, that was great D by Kevin. That was great D. You would have missed that.
I don't know.
He would have blocked your shit. You
I don't know.
It would have
I don't know.
shot clock violation.
You say coulda, shoulda, woulda. I don't know.
Chris, this Houston team's gonna be a problem. I'm telling you, man. They gonna be a problem.
Oh yeah, they gonna be a problem.
To Golden State, Chris.
I told you. Listen, if Curry, even if he come back and he's not 100, like
Chris,
if he like the way he is when we call
if
him
they
slipping,
healthy, Houston gonna be a problem, man.
How good is Clint Capella for Houston, man? Is he a top 5 big man in the league?
Top 5 big man in the league? No, but he's very good for Houston.
Okay, he's kind of got that DeAndre Jordan role that I think Chris Paul does that for a lot of big men.
Don't get
man.
it twisted. DeAndre Jordan is significantly better than Clint Capella.
But I'm saying,
But
as far as
Clint
Chris
but-
Paul has always been able to make the big man
That's
better.
what I'm about to like.
Like
Anybody
David
who
West, Tyson
plays
Chandler.
with Chris Paul, you
yeah.
about to go up 100 notches.
Yeah.
Like you gonna be on Tenzo if you play with Chris, especially if you play hard. Like, oh yeah, that's any true point though.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Chris, a quick question I wanted to throw in before I don't know how much time we have left, but the one
We
Chris
got all night, baby.
we got all night. Lillard or Irving? Who would you rather have?
Irving,
No question.
no question.
Why?
So, it's because Irving.
Because he
can win-
played for the Cavs.
No. Come on now. You asked me a basketball question. I didn't even think about that.
All right, break it down for me, young
Let me
fella.
break it down for you. Because Irving can go and get you the game. Because he can go and get you the game, and Lillard can too. But Irving's been there before. He's been there before. He's done it. He's taken the biggest shot that you can take and hit it
So it ain't close.
more than once.
It's not close.
No, not for me. Like in Damian Lillard, he's played out of this world lately. You know what I'm saying? And he's had a great year. He has. And I think this year he really did. He ended up proving after the All-Star break, he really did deserve. He's having a better year than Paul George. He's having a better year than any of those other guys.
He's on a trajectory to the Hall of Fame, Chris. This isn't. He hasn't just started doing this.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Kyrie going to go to the Hall of Fame.
And so is Lillard.
I know. That's not a guaranteed thing. But Kyrie going to have the numbers. It's going to be there. He's going to have the playoff runs.
So it's a no-brainer.
He's going to have the big-time shots and signature moments in the NBA. Kyrie is gonna give you the moments over and over again that you'll never forget, and that you'll tell your kids about, and that they'll write about in history books, and that they'll put in documentaries because he's a game-changing player like that.
Or Steph, Chris.
Kyrie for me.
Okay.
Kyrie for me. And that's just because Steph has always played with the will for talent. I saw the young boy Kyrie at a very young age. What was he, 19, 20? Be a hit game winners. And be a difference maker on a very, very poor Cavaliers team. And he showed me something special. He showed me that this is no fluke. I don't need a bunch of guys to take away the attention. All of the pressure can be on me. All of the D can be on me. And I can wheel and deal. I can shake and make it peel. Or he can do it all. He's got all the wham bams. He's got all the tricks.
If
His
Kyrie
bag
get
is
knocked
the
out
biggest.
in the first round of the playoffs this year, you still saying that?
Yeah. I mean, it don't change anything about Kyrie.
So Kyrie the best point guard in the league today.
No.
Who was that? Russ?
The best,
Is James a point guard?
I was about to say, I'm going to say Chris Paul. I'm going to go with the guy who done won, you know what is he done won 18 games. I'm going to go with him. Chris Paul is the best point guard in the league, and I think he's reclaimed his throne, but nobody on Golden State is the best at their positions.
You're not taking Chris Paul over Kyrie or Steph. Or Russell.
Well, age, but this
Or
year,
Damian Lillard.
but age,
So you're saying he's having the best season?
yeah, and he's gonna have the best career, I think, too, out of all those guys.
I disagree with that.
I do.
Kyrie might have a better career right now than Chris Paul done had.
Hell no. Don't disrespect Chris, bro. Don't disrespect him.
Hey, man,
And
I
the
respect the
ring
ring.
is
I
huge.
was gonna
A ring
say.
is huge. And it's the fact that Kyrie hit the game
That's
winner.
what I'm saying,
like,
man. You gotta respect what Kyrie done did, man.
Bro, did you hear all the credit I just gave that,
You
man?
did, man. Chris got to get a ring, man.
Chris is, I ain't gonna lie, Will, let me just say this. Chris Paul is my favorite point guard. He's my Magic to me. Like, I didn't get to see Magic. I tell people just like Kobe is my Jordan. Like, I understand he's not as great as Jordan, but that's the guy that I got to see.
Magic got 5 rings on his finger, man. What you mean? He's your Magic.
I'm saying in the way that he plays, in the way he could ignite a team as a leader. It's just a lot I admire
What
about
about his
Chris
playoff
Paul, man.
failures, Chris?
Well, what about his playoff successes? I know a guy
What
that
playoff success?
he kissed one off the glass against Tim Duncan Spurs. What was that, 2 years ago?
And
That's
got
why
knocked
he
out
was in
the next round.
Okay, but
Has he even been to
still.
the Western Conference Finals? You gave to Toronto so much blame. Has he been to the Western Conference Finals?
Chris, that's on his resume, man. Those playoff failures.
Hey, like I said, that one that he put down against the Spurs on Tim
in the
Duncan.
first round, man. We talking about first
It's
round.
the Spurs. That's worthy of a word. That is the Western Conference.
And lost
Finals.
to Houston the next round.
Yeah, he lost because he would have went to the finals if he would have won that. So he lost. I ain't gonna say he lost the ring, but he lost the shot for.
So you don't hold nothing against him for never being. Has he been in the Western Conference
Of
Finals?
course, man.
I don't think so.
Of course, man.
So.
It hurts my feelings, man. But I mean, he played against a lot of great guys. Like, are we gonna hold it against Nash?
You holding it against Lillard?
Well, that's not what I'm holding against Lillard. Like,
so what you? Because Lillard
Lillard
has been able to be in the playoffs.
He
every
hasn't
year
been
in
able.
the West.
Okay,
in the West,
right at the bottom, and he go out every year like first, and he
he's
ain't
made
hit
it
no,
out the first.
and he haven't been able to like really like win against anybody good.
He's lost to Golden State like 3 years straight. What do you want him to do?
What about the other ones? What about the other time? He been in the league more than 3 years. So you said he been every year. Was you lying?
No, I ain't say he been every year. I said he's been back to back.
He hasn't had a lot of help, Chris, out there either.
Whoa, C.J. McCollum is one of the best two guards in the league.
Oh, come on.
He not?
Oh, he is.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't call
That's
that-
it. Who else he got?
I wouldn't call that a lot
They
of help.
man, what you mean? They the best backcourt. They one of the best backcourts in the league.
Who else they got? It was my question.
Hey, that you would. It's a guard league. If you gonna have two
Who
of the
else
best
they
guards
got?
in the league, you got two of the best guards in the league. Who else you want? Those guys got to make it work. If Lillard is the top dog, which I don't always feel like he is,
So why didn't Chris Paul make it work for the Clippers?
because they didn't have two of the best guards in the league.
They had two of the best big men in the league.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Come on.
No, they didn't.
They had DeAndre and Blake.
Yeah, those are two good big men. Like, those are not. Now, if he would have had Paul Gasol at the four, and Anthony Davis, those are two of the best big men in the league.
All right, man. I see where you going, man.
No, they are. Those two guys are on totally different
So Chris
levels.
Paul didn't. All the years he was with the Clippers, he never had a team good enough to go to the finals.
I ain't gonna say that, but I feel like it was on Blake. Blake was the one who wasn't ready.
Chris Paul wasn't even healthy. He can't. He got to stay healthy.
Chris Paul, yeah.
The
and
best
that's
ability
really
is
what it was.
availability.
That's really what it was. Nobody was ever healthy because Blake had his years too. Blake was on some bullshit. Like, I mean, Blake was tripping, punching stuff, messing up his hand, fighting with equipment managers. Like, what are you doing, bro? The playoffs about to start.
Chris, man, you definitely a legend, man. But come on, man. I gotta see you in the finals, man. I gotta see you.
Well, hey, might not be the finals.
Might happen this year.
We'll put it like this. How big, if Chris Paul is able to beat the Warriors, how big is that? Does that propel him? You know, maybe he doesn't necessarily win a ring because I still feel like LeBron got enough juice that he would beat the Rockets for sure. Just because he been preparing for the Warriors. He like, oh, I only got to beat these two? Oh, yeah, I got this.
No, I think he got to get one.
You will see the Bron that you saw when the first time we played without Kyrie, he had averaged 40 with a triple-double.
Chris got to get a ring, man.
And we will win, and that'll propel him up to Jordan. Him and Jordan to be a tie.
I'm not so sure we beat Houston.
Oh yeah, I know we would.
Okay.
I ain't gonna disrespect James like that. I ain't gonna say I know we would, but I do. I feel like we would, man.
Well,
That-
James, somebody
that's
else would have
hometown
disappeared,
love.
man.
I just don't want to disrespect the city today, man. Cleveland, we on fire today. Shout out them Browns, man. You really know what time it is,
Cavs got
man.
tonight?
Shout out them Browns.
The Clippers.
We might be Super Bowl bound.
Clippers. Lakers Sunday.
Who the Cavs?
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk a little bit about the Cavs, man, before we get out of here. Who is your favorite addition, Pops? Who's your favorite addition? I know me and Dez talked about this, but who's your favorite addition so far?
Mr. Nance.
Mr. Nance? Why? Why is he your favorite, Pop?
The energy, the defense.
All right. Tell
the-
them young kids what type of difference you can make playing with energy and being tenacious on the defensive
big
end.
difference. I like the guy's energy. I guess him and LeBron together are what, plus 53? Something like that?
Is he the most important guy outside of LeBron?
I kind of, you know who I really think has to play well for us to make a long run in the playoffs?
Who's that?
Jordan Clarkson.
I agree with that. I like that.
I think we need a guy who can.
But I
He's a
disagree,
guy who
though.
can
I
get
think
his
it's
own.
Kevin Love. Kevin Love has got to. He's got to really be. He's got to be a
come
real
on,
star.
Man. We don't want. We won a world championship
Hey,
without Kevin Love.
Man,
on,
listen.
man.
But it's so funny
Without Kevin
how you
Love.
disrespect. It's so funny how you disrespect
Give
him.
me a break, man.
But even down to
he
the
can't
end,
get on the floor in the fourth quarter.
Even
Give me a
down
break,
to the
man.
end, man.
Give
Even
me
down to the end,
He can't get on the floor in the fourth quarter.
He managed to put his stamp on that game.
Nah, he can't get in on the floor in the fourth quarter.
They wouldn't have just gave it to him if it wasn't there.
Love a legend.
It's a
Cleveland,
mismatch
man.
situation. He's a Cleveland legend,
Chris,
and he's a champion.
Chris, most of them playoff games, he can't get on the floor in the fourth quarter because of matchups. Give me
He was
break.
on the floor in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, that one game.
He was on the
game.
quarter in the fourth quarter
One game.
in the biggest moment, stopping the MVP.
One game.
Man,
Come
the
on.
biggest game. That was the game. Would you have rather had him another game doing it?
Give me a
No,
break.
do it in game 7
And
for
he
me.
didn't play that well that game, by the way.
He played good
He
enough.
played dirty in that game in that 7. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of dirty work.
Yeah, man, he was down there banging
He had
with
like
them
13
boys.
boards,
I
man.
know
He
about
had
what do you have, 4 points that game? Yeah, great
Hey.
game.
he got a dub.
Hey, check this out, Pop. Last ring that Kobe won against the Celtics, he didn't have a great
Seen that
shooting
nail
night.
biter.
Yeah, it is. It's a great game.
Bang.
That boy be shooting that. He remind me of Kobe when he shoot that thing like that, man. I do. He be shooting that thing like Kobe.
What y'all think of Hill's game so far, man? Is he's filling in some big shoes, man, as far as Kyrie. Is he gonna be able to play well enough for us to get
To play like Kyrie? Absolutely not.
No, that's not my question. Is he gonna be able to play enough for us to win the finals or be in the finals? Is his
he's a
game-
wily old vet, man. He's gonna come along, and I think the biggest difference is gonna be on D.
Yeah, he helps you defensively. I saw him the other day. He said he made some good defensive plays against Denver, but he strikes me shaky, man. And then I'm really concerned about the left-handed kid. I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't know, man.
Well, me and Chris has just talked about him, man.
And I'm putting that on Lou. I'm putting that on Lou, but I fully expect our real coach LeBron to find a way to get him going, feed him, cause like I said, he gotta stay sharp. He can't get discouraged.
Turnover.
And man, so to me, if the Cavs win it, does defense still win championships?
That
Can
was
we
great D.
can we play defense to win a championship? Like
We're gonna have to. I guess.
Look at this.
Well, since February 11th, was that around the trade? I guess we've jumped up from 28th till 11th in the league in the defensive efficiency.
okay,
Yeah, they're gonna have to get better defensively and win some games defensively because they just don't have the Kyrie Irving factor.
Like I said, we got to get it going. And even with Kyrie, we didn't start to excel until we started defending for 4 quarters. Once we start defending for 4 quarters, we're going to see some good things happen. I think Kevin Love is really going to help.
look at Drake standing up like he coach. All right, man, let's wrap this up, man. This Gamepoint podcast, man. I appreciate y'all, man, listening, man. I appreciate y'all coming out here tonight, man. You could have been anywhere in the world, but we here, man, putting in work.
We appreciate Chris making it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I had to come through and, rock with y'all boys, man, because this
Especially
is
on
the
this-
latest podcast in sports. you
Hey, especially
understand?
on this Super Bowl day for the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, shout out them Browns one more time. They just might be Super Bowl bound, you dig? And this is the big homie, Chris King, a.k.a. Ted Grams, signing off.
Yeah, we out of here.
A lot of energy, fellas. A lot of energy tonight.